The caregiver, my heart goes to the cancer patient caregivers. A group of individuals left out when it comes to the conversation around cancer. Formal or informal they can be. Formal in the sense that they're in a structured system and they are paid. Informal meaning that they are recruited from within the family or the friends circles, and so they may not be in a structured system where they are remunerated for the services they are offering. They are expected to extend some grace to the patient, caringly, lovingly, but the psychological consequences of the caregiver are ignored in most cases. They do report panic and anxiety, depression, post-trauma stress disorder. Whoever cares about the mental health of the caregiver, we need to appreciate them. We need to show gratitude. And why do I say this? In most cases, you will find the caregiver is recruited probably from the village in our setup, where they are perceived to be individuals who are not busy or who are not in a very important economic engagement, and people feel, how much do they earn? We can pay the person to go and take care of the patient. And when you call to find the status of the patient, you will call the caregiver, hi, how are you? How is the patient doing? But you never take time, or may I say, do you ever take time to ask the caregiver how they are doing? The psychological consequences of caregiving. The mental health of the caregiver must be considered. Don't ignore what they're likely to be going through. They will be worried probably. What next after the treatment? Where do I go back? Where do I pick up from? So the well-being of the cancer patient is pretty dependent on the well-being of the caregiver. Most importantly, their understanding of the patient's medical situation. This will boost confidence and control while offering support. The caregiver needs to be educated on ways to self-care, that when the patient is resting, they quickly also take some rest physically. They need to be advised that they equally need to observe their nutrition so that they are physically healthy and strong to handle and be there for the patient. Because a caregiver is involved in such a strong way. They will be taking the patient to see the doctor. Okay? They will take care of the cleanliness, the feeding, of the cooking and feeding the patient. They are the ears. They are the eyes when they go to see the doctor. They're the ones when the patient is adjusting to treatment, they're expected to give the doctor a feedback so that the doctor is able to intervene appropriately. The caregiver needs to know that they need to be physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually strong to be able to take care of the patient. Otherwise, you will have two patients and you will be compromising the well-being of the patient. And therefore, let us not ignore the caregiver. Consider their psychological well-being and support them. Is it possible to take care of the patient on rotational basis? If it is not, how, in what other way can you help them? Can you make sure that the caregiver is aware of the situation? What cancer are you dealing with? What stage is it? what treatment protocol is going to be observed by the doctors. What are the likely side effects to watch out for, so that when things happen, when the patient reacts in a certain way, they don't get into a panic mode. They're able to step in confidently, knowledgeably, and probably even enable them to journal the journey of the patient, so that continuously they are updating the doctor effectively for effective intervention. And so the caregiver cannot be ignored. Let us be fair, let us be kind as we close the care gap.